Here we have a 96 Honda Acty Van. This is a Street V. And what we're gonna be doing today is replacing these bushings right here. These are these stabilizer bar bushings. They kind of go bad and then provide a little bit of shake at higher speed. I'm noticing that a little bit. Seems like it's pretty common for these. So what we've got is a new bushing kit. This was like 25 bucks on Amazon. It's for, I think, officially like an Accord. Part number K9733 bushing kit. There's also these numbers here, but super cheap. What we're gonna do is we'll use a 17 to get the front piece off. We'll use a 14 to get the two bolts that hold it back here. So 14s, 17s. We've got some silicone lubricating gel that we'll put kind of all over this to lube it up, make it nice and quiet, make it happy. We may need, like a jack or something to put a little bit of pressure to get all that back in there. But basically the idea is going to be take this off, take these off, slide everything in, put it back together. Should be no big deal. But yeah, may need a jack to kind of compress and make all that happy. Of course, I've got a lift here, but you don't need one. From what I understand, you actually don't even need to raise this off the ground. You can do it, on the ground with just a jack to kind of manipulate this arm and this here as needed. But should be pretty simple. We'll go ahead and get it done. A word of advice. Mine definitely required a little bit of PV Blaster penetrating compound. It did not want to move. I ended up switching over to a wrench. So that way I could see it moving. But, take your time. It's not a race. But yeah, make your life easier. Use a little bit of penetrating oil. It'll come right off. All right, so we've got nut, and we have this cupped washer with the side down. So go ahead and set them over here in the order. And then on this side, we got a bushing, which, let's see, there we go. And, it has its flat side down in there. You can see there's a lot of play. So these new bushings are pretty serious. You can see they're way happier. And yeah, should go together really nice. Quick note about these two. So I went ahead and I turned the wheel out to give a lot more clearance. The other thing is these are super tight, but they also have a nut on the bottom. So you're going to need a 14 mil wrench and then a 14 mil socket to break those loose. I will need two hands here, so I'm going to go ahead and put this down. But there is a nut back here. It's not captured, so don't fight yourself too much. Get the rod out, and as you can see, it's pretty gnarly here. If you've got a sandblaster, this would be great to kind of tape your threads up, sandblast it. I don't, so I'll be using a piece of heavy-duty Scotch-Brite. Really quick, just kind of showcase these bushings. They are awesome. So even though they are super-duper big, they fit on here really nice, like a glove. And then you can see over here in this guy, they just fit right in. It's like Honda meant for them to be there. Incredible. So I'm gonna clean up in here. I'll put a little bit of lubrication in there. I'm gonna clean up in here and we'll lubricate that. I'll put a little bit of lubrication, just kind of on all over this. This will be a messy job, definitely a two-handed job. But once we're done with that, we'll put this back in and kind of tighten it up a little bit. And then we'll make sure that this side goes back like that. Final thing to remember, of course I don't have the other one out, maybe I can go get it. But there are two different sizes in these kits, two different shapes, right? So that's a little bit thinner. For this to work, the shorter one has to go in the back. You can see that's got a totally different shape to it. The shorter one's got to go in the back. Otherwise, you won't be able to get these holes to line up. So that's the last thing. Or maybe I'll put this in the middle. I don't know. We'll do some magic of editing, but for these to line up, This has got to be the shorter of the two. So good luck. So we got everything back together. And I'm just tightening this up now. I don't want any of this to come loose, and especially on this end where it's got so much silicone on it. I tried to keep the silicone off the threads, but you know, there's only so much you can do. I put a little bit of blue Loctite, just to kind of try and keep everything nice and tight. I also put just a little dab on these guys. And also what I found was easy. I went ahead and put all this together, put this one on and through, and I just put the new washer up there, and that left it loose. That way this could wiggle, and I was able to locate these really nice and easy. One thing, if you are forgetful like me, these do go up. That's one reason why it's good to do one side at a time. But I made a mark up here on the top just so I could remember which end went where. So anyway, I'm gonna get all this tightened up, and then we will get this side done. This was super simple, easy job, should be very rewarding. So highly recommend it. Definitely less daunting than it's more daunting than it seems, than it actually is, right? So anyway, good luck.